Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews and welcome back to Northern Ontario. Today my review is going to be all about these Bluetooth headphones or earmuffs that I purchased like a long time ago, and this is a long-term review of how these actually work, how good they are, how comfortable they are, should you actually buy one of these type of units. And I use this when I'm cutting my grass on my lawn tractor and my Kubota tractor for cutting the big field. And I'm going to go over some of the great points, why I bought this, and why maybe you should consider, instead of just having an ordinary set of ear protection muffs, that it's nice to play some music or some podcasts or whatever you prefer, rather than just, like for me, going around for an hour and a half, 2 hours at a time cutting grass. It's getting pretty lonely when you're all by yourself. So let's take a look at these, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts, and I got some updates going on. And while I was out here this morning, if I didn't see something that I see quite often, I'll show this at the end of the video, and that's a deer and a fox, and they work hand in hand. And the deer and the fox, they're out here all the time, and the fox will wait for the deer, and the deer will walk through my field after I've cut it, and it'll scare up snakes and mice and that kind of stuff. And that's the opportunity for the fox. A lot of people have never seen this before. I'm going to show it as well, and I got some other updates going on too. So hopefully this isn't too long of a video, but bear with me. Well, everything up here is on solar, so I have I've got this hooked up to my all 110 power inverter, and this is my USB cord. So I got one going to my Bluetooth speaker, and the other one, well, it's going right here. And this is the unit right here, and I just show you. Now I have a USB to a C on my cell phone. I got a Samsung cell phone, and this is one of the features, the reason why I bought this is I can use my existing cords, which is a C, and when it's fully charged, well, it's just solid blue, and when it's charging it flashes red. So I'll take you over to the bench here, and I'll show you some of the things that I really like about it. But the first thing I would say is it hooked up to my phone very easily, and it does come with an enclosed cable you can plug into your earphone jack to the bottom right here if you like, so like on an MP3 player or something like that. But this is where you plug it in right here, and I just like to go over some of the benefits. And the first one was, this is really not a brand name. I was looking on Amazon and I seen like you could spend up to $150 on a unit like this for the options that this has. And the first thing I'm thinking about, if I was making a a YouTube video, how do you actually talk about earmuffs except your own experience? And for me, well, I tell you, it says it's got a 40-hour battery life. Now you can answer your phone call on this. If you just press it once, it'll pause your music. And what I really liked about this is the volume and all the settings are controlled from your phone. I did see some other ones where they had like a whole bunch of buttons over here, and I figured, you know what, I'd never be going to be able to figure that out. This is the simplest earmuffs I've run across. Like I say, I bought them on Amazon. I'm not an affiliate, or I don't have any promotions on my channel or any kind of affiliate links or any of that, but I will put a link to my unit that I bought. Whether they still sell them, again, I'm not too sure. But there was no branding on this. And I mean, I've had them for quite a long time, and I'll tell you what, I think they're just awesome. Now, how is the volume? Well, my ears are pretty good. My hearing is pretty good. And when I first put them on my tractor, like when you got your tractor running about 2300 RPM, it's quite noisy with your cutter on the back. So I just put them on as is, and it muffled my my noise from my tractor very well. And then I put the Bluetooth on, and I tell you what, I only have my music on about the same as what I would have regularly, so it's not like you got to crank it right up or you can't hear the music or you can't hear a podcast. Okay, let's start off right here. This was a modification I did to my Stihl MS 170. I had an oil leak on the bottom, and I showed how to fix that. Now, I am going to go out and use my chainsaw this afternoon, and I'll just show you what's going on here. Let me just get this off completely here. Okay. There we go right there. Still bone dry. So that was a good fix, and all I did was just cut this little piece between here and here so I have access to it, so I didn't have to chew the whole, you know, machine apart. I'll show you in a video with a link below if you want to do it yourself. But I could still use the chainsaw. This little piece between here and here, I thought maybe I might have to put like another bracket on here and just rivet it on. But no, it seems to work fine. I still use the chainsaw, still works great. I have no problem with it at all. And that's the little holder I use when I go out, and it works fine. So I'll see if I can just back up a bit here, stay in the light because it's hard to film in here. But if you take a look there, there's nothing on my walls. I got rid of so much junk I've piled up over the years. It's incredible. And I just thought I'd show you all exactly what I've been doing. And you know, I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. I mean, when you pile the crap on so much over years, I figured, you know what, time to clean house. And that's exactly what I did. And I made some brackets up. Take, for instance, my lift here. It's just an awesome lift. And I'll show you something over here. I made some brackets. And there's about some old pipe, just thin wall, like tubing you'd get for like a tent. And all I did was just put a couple of screws in there on both sides, and you can just hang it right up. And I'll just show you over here. Yeah, all that stuff is taken off the wall. Everything is a lot more organized now. And that's the way I like it. So yeah, it was this morning I was out here and had the deer and the fox coming across right here. So hopefully I got that footage. And this over here. And you can see I did the same thing here, except I just got my tube bender and I bent them so I could hang my stuff, you know, hang my extension cords. And it makes it so much easier and more organized, you know, than driving nails in or screws all over the place. And I thought that was a good idea. So everything is much cleaner in here now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to my solar powered light, and I'll show you what I did there. And I told you I was going to put a waterproof switch on. Let's go take a look. Okay, so it's pretty windy. You know, sorry for all the wind noise, but so I wired in the switch. I'll show you how, well, I'll show you, I'll take you off the tripod after and just show you how this is all hooked up. But I've got my LED bulb, got my battery down below. I'll put a link down if you want to take a look at how this stuff all goes together if you like. But I got some tin foil here, and this is covering up the light sensor. So when you first turn it on, it's going to power the light sensor. That'll just make this flicker a bit, and then it'll go on. And then I'll take the aluminum foil off to show you that the way I designed it was I ran my ground wire through the light sensor first, through the switch, so that the light sensor is never activated unless I turn the switch on. So I didn't want it to constantly draw power from the light sensor, so it goes through the switch first, then powers up the bulb. Now, the great thing about this is, you know, if you happen to leave the switch on, well, it's only going to go on during nighttime hours and then shut off the next day anyways. So I'll flick it on for you and watch for the bulb. It's just going to flicker on and then it'll stay on. There, so the light's on, and I can turn it off. Or turn it on. Now the reason why there's a delay is the delay is in here. Now there would be no delay at all if it was at nighttime, right? Okay, so I'll take this off, and the light should go out. Now it'll take the same delay time. There you go right there. Now you can turn this off and on all you want. Nothing will happen. Okay, so I'll show you the whole system here, and you can see the solar panels on the outside there. I'll bring you around And you can see the 3 panels. And I made sure that I overlap them a bit, each one. And there's a reason behind that, because I'm going to get a lot of snow here. So you could tell that the snow's going to come down and it's going to leave this part bare. As soon as the sun will hit this, it'll melt it down and it'll fall down to the next one, knock the snow off, and then fall down to the next one. Instead of having them all in a line and all covered in snow and ice over the winter. So there's the unit there. And I got all the harness wires coming down, and it goes into the battery box. And like I said before, the whole idea behind this is the battery that I'll take out whenever I want for my diesel powered log splitter. So as you can see right here, we're taking a look, and it's charged. The voltage coming in for the solar panels are 16.6 volts. And if I change this, if I can get you in the shot there, if I change this, there you go right there. That's the battery at the voltage for the battery. And press it twice. Now it'll stop at 12.6. So it will not overcharge this. And all I do is put it back in the slot here, and that's it. So that's everything enclosed in here, and it's as easy as that. So what about these deer? Let me just give you a little bit of a talk first before I show this clip about the deer. Okay, so I've been watching this deer. It's a young buck, and I've been watching this deer now for, well, since the springtime. And after I cut the grass here, well, the young buck comes out, and within 15-20 minutes this fox comes out too. And they follow each other constantly. You know, I thought it was quite amazing to see this. I mean, I don't think you see this with a wolf and a deer, but a fox and a deer, yes. And they just, many times I come out in the morning, I come out early, and they're sitting in the field right there, and they're both just laying down, just sitting there beside each other. And I thought that's just incredible. So thanks for joining me here today. You know, if you haven't seen this channel, you're welcome to subscribe and see some more of Northern Ontario. And the things that I do and the little inventions that I come up with. And you know, I like to pass all these on to everybody else so they can make them themselves, and it's quite easy. So come back again next time, and stay tuned and watch this little clip here at the end here of the deer, because I just think it's incredible. Cheers.